Sometimes the worst place you can be in is in your own head. You're welcome to Conversations with Michael Ogunshola, the peak performance strategist. Many thanks for joining me on today. So on the conversation today, we will be considering how to stop overthinking. Now, thinking is good. Overthinking, however, is bad. And as a matter of fact, there is a thin line between thinking and overthinking. How do you know if you are in the trap of overthinking? Let's say you want to start a business, and the next thing you are doing is you're already analyzing the competitors, you're already analyzing the weather, you're already afraid of making profit, whether you will make profit or not. You're already thinking of, is this town even going to accommodate my business? You know, all sorts of analysis that could lead to paralysis. The truth of the matter is, in as much as SWOT analysis is great, but over-analyzing things can lead to paralysis. Like I heard of a man that he has a plan for everything, but he doesn't have action under his belt. And that's why I'm bringing this conversation to you, that you must stop overthinking today. Generally speaking, psychology tells us that there are two categories of people. The first category of people, they have bias towards action, and the second category of people, they have bias towards thinking. How do you know if you have bias towards thinking? Like my introduction says, the worst place you can be in is in your own head. Les Brown shared with us a very powerful story. He said he was trying to remove a tooth that was aching him badly. But for him to carry himself to go and do that tooth remover, it was challenging. He will call in and book appointment and fail to show up. Sometimes he will just call and end the call. And what is the issue? The issue is he imagines extreme events happening as a result of going for the tooth removal. He says, is it the noise of the machine? Is it the pain of after event or the pain of the process? He was overthinking everything. A time came he had to put himself together to go through the process, and it was not as bad as he thought. And that's it. You see, when you have bias towards action, you will find it easy to take action. And when you have bias towards thinking, you will find it easy to think. And as a matter of fact, those that win in life and those that make the world a better place, those that create big businesses and big brands and contribute tremendously to the bottom line of organizations are people that have bias towards action. And that's why I am bringing this conversation to you, to move you from overthinking to doing. Consider this. If overthinking could burn calories, I would be a supermodel. Powerful thought from a thought leader. The truth of the matter is, overthinking doesn't solve anything. If for nothing, it can give you high blood pressure, it can give you depression, and it can get you overwhelmed. But when you have bias towards action, you'll be able to do something in the moment to impact the next few years of your life. Because whatever we are doing today is shaping our tomorrow. I will establish a baseline thought for us to work with. And what is the baseline thought? The baseline thought is that a wrong decision is better than indecision. Because with a wrong decision is lesson. With indecision is regret and a life of what ifs. I say that to say that you are better off making mistake than not acting at all. Because what is a life without experience? And how can you have experience if you don't venture? How can you experience new things if you don't dare to dream, if you don't dare to act? It's about action. What am I saying? You see, what changes our life is what we do, not what we intend to do. Part of what I'm saying is overthinking, over planning will make you overwhelmed. How did I overcome the bias for thinking trap? So let me share with you my big idea. If you are a follower of this channel, you will know my big idea. My big idea is to impact at least 1 million people with peak performance content. Raise a generation of peak performers. But consider this. There has to be benchmarks that I will use to get to 1 million. So what am I saying? Weekly, I create transformational videos and I put them out there. I set a goal to reach my first 100 subscribers, and 500 and 1,000. Again, I gather the knowledge and the skill that would help me to deliver premium content. You see, these are action steps to get to my big idea. So, what is your own big idea? Because you can have a big idea and big dream and be overthinking it and be romancing it. It's not time to romance idea. It's time to act on your idea. It's not time to think through whether it will work or whether it will not work. The best way to know whether an idea will work or not work is to execute on the idea. And so, in practical terms, in addition to some of the ways I have been able to overcome the bias for thinking trap, how can you overcome the bias for thinking trap, or how can you stop overthinking today? If you want to stop overthinking today, the first thing you must know is you must be willing to do it afraid. One of the things that is holding people back from executing or trying out anything new is the fact that they are just afraid. And the truth of the matter is, do it afraid. It's better for people to laugh at you than for you to die in the pain of having an idea in you because you are afraid of what people will say or what people will think. Like a local artist said, if no one talks about you, then you are nobody. And that's the reality. If you are doing anything worthy of note, get ready for people to talk about you. And if you want to be exceptional in life, you must take on exceptional ideas. You cannot do the norm like every other person and say you want to stand out. You must be willing to stand out by doing things afraid, believing in yourself that whatever you are executing on will work. Because if you don't believe in yourself, it's most likely not going to work. Again, whatever you want to do in the beginning, don't aim for perfection, but aim for progress. The idea of perfection is a myth. When you see people that are working seamlessly and effortlessly at whatever they do, there is a possibility that you can also attain that level of mastery. But the truth of the matter is, like a leader said, success doesn't come overnight, it comes over time. So when you are starting out, when you want to do anything, just be ready to make mistakes. Be ready to, look funny or even look foolish. Or the truth of the matter is, like the child trying to learn how to walk, when he falls, he gets up. And like the scripture will say that the righteous man will fall 7 times and he will rise again. And we are beholding whatever we are beholding him as the mirror, and we are being changed. Part of what that means is there is a daily transformation going on in everybody's life. So whatever you want to execute on, instead of overthinking it and waiting for the perfect season and perfect moment to act or to do something about that project or that idea, go out and launch it. Don't aim for perfection, aim for progress, incremental progress, so that you will not be recycling your mistakes. Albert Einstein said, to be doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome is insanity. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm simply saying is, aim for progress. Make sure you get feedback when you want to execute on any new project or new idea. Whatever you have learned in the past, do it differently this time, and you will see yourself having mileage, and the next thing you have momentum. As a bonus, if you want to overcome the habit of hesitation, because that is part of what overthinking produces. It makes you hesitate a lot. If you want to overcome the habit of hesitation, before you want to do anything, or when you're about to do something and you find yourself hesitating, just say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The moment you say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, the next thing you are likely to do after the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the next thing you are likely to do is action. Like you want to get out of your bed, but you find yourself hesitating and staying back in bed. Once you open your eyes, say to yourself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes and get out of the bed. And if you can overcome, getting out of the bed, you are most likely going to make a great day out of your day. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. If you've not liked the video, do well to like this video. And please share it with your friend and invite somebody to subscribe to this channel. I will summarize this by saying everybody has an idea in their head. Few people can execute on their idea. A lot of people have good intention, but intention must be matched with action, because intentions are intangible. Actions are practical and measurable. So I encourage you to go out this day and this week and this month and this year to say to yourself, I will not overthink things. Sometimes when you are overthinking, you're already being beaten in your head, you're already feeling lost in your head, you're already feeling bad in your head, you're already getting depressed, you already see, like that opening quote says, sometimes the worst place you can be in is in your own head. And like I defined overthinking, it is creating problems from problems that never existed in the first place. In your head, you can be beaten. In your head, you can be a winner. Because like Shakespeare said, if you think you can, you are right. And if you think you can't, you are right. In the end, the man who wins is the one who believes he can. I remind Michael Ogunshola, the peak performance strategist, saying, peak performance is possible.